Things are going well, I think. The experts that came in gave me a suggestion about the camera that, just ideas that I haven't implemented and that seem to make sense. The mentors give you a direction and something to work with, but there's not that much in-depth help, really. We've learned so much in the past 2 months. Is it 2 months or 6 weeks? Much more than at university, and it's invaluable, really, for the future.
I mean, today, well, especially this morning, implementing a lot of the sounds, which is quite good. We've got the sort of like the ambient music in. We've got the sort of fight music for when you're encountering enemies. That's quite good. Sort of fades out when you leave them. All the sound effects as well. Most of those are implemented. I'm just sorting out the other two characters' attacks, Samantha and Sydney's. Leon's is almost finished, there's just a few little bits to sort of sort out. But yeah, it's all coming together basically. The other day it kind of felt like we hadn't got very far because we seemed to all be working on the same stuff for quite a while, but over the last sort of like very recently it kind of feels like we're getting there. I mean, especially the inclusion of sound, it makes such a difference. The only problems I can think about were when we were implementing the sound of them not looping properly, or actually the enemies as well don't face very well at the moment. They kind of spaz out. It's always good to have an objective view, so they can tell. Obviously when we're working we kind of get lost in it, and it's always useful to have other people tell us. Obviously I'm a programmer, so I've been talking to Gareth a bit at the programming. He's quite useful for like telling us projects he's worked on and how they used to do things as well, so it's sort of telling us problems to avoid and that kind of stuff, so that's been quite useful. I mean, this is probably the closest any of us has got to experiencing what it'd be like in the games industry, and it is very eye-opening and it's definitely what I want to do, so I know that this is the right career. I suppose it's kind of validating, which is good.
This week I've had a lot more deadlines to meet, so everything's sort of picking up as the stuff I've been doing in the last couple of weeks has been getting to fruition, testing. I managed to properly reset as a station before. After that I began retexturing the upper level to better meet people's desires for what they wanted it to look like. I'm not sure if I managed to do that, but it looks nicer in any case. I managed to finish the escalators, get the slope on them working for collision maps, and now I'm doing ceilings. I had a few issues with some of the UVW mapping at first, but again managed to get that sorted out real quick. Steve the Mint has been helping me quite a bit over the last couple of weeks, so that's always been helpful. I'm not used to doing serious mapping and meshing in 3D Max, if you want to call it that, but general modelling I haven't really done before properly, other than in the university courses. And he's really helped me through a lot of it, teaching me little techniques that just half the time of everything. I've learned a lot about the industry, different positions you can start in, and it's really opened my eyes as to how a team works towards building a game. It's been just so interesting.
Like last week, it's just gone on a big curve like this, and now I've kind of reached everything I need to do. It's kind of going down like that. We had a little bit of an argument about how the cutscenes would work, but I conceded. It's always good to know that you've got a safety net, so that if you do get stuck, you can go, "Oh, Steve," or "Oh, Gareth, help me, please." But the guy from Real Time Worlds, I thought was a bit arrogant.
Hey, I've been working on sound effects as usual. Chris has been giving me different videos of the game with new visual effects that I would just do the sound effects. I've been also trying to improve the existing mix of the music. I have also been trying to organize a voice recording for the cutscenes of the game, which we're doing this weekend. There was an audio guy that came in last week, so that was quite useful. Yeah, definitely. Look, it really made me realize that this is definitely the path that I want to follow. Career-wise.
I'll show you what we've got at the moment. So this is our main menu screen. As you can probably hear, now we've got sound implemented. This is our menu screen music. Some little sound effects for the menus. So if we go to new game. Okay, so as you can see, we've got new textures around the main foyer area, I guess, and little map. Nick's put in. I think it's kind of a foyer. Oh, there's an enemy. Go and kill it.
No, I'm just never wrong. It's not I have to be right.
if we can find another one to kill. Oh, there's one. As you can see, I went up a level, and probably here as well. I've also got some sort of no actual effects, with just little animations for Samantha. Although these particle effects won't be in the final thing, they're just because we were trying some stuff out. Don't know if you can hear, but there's also footsteps. Oh yeah, and you can also go up and down the escalator.
Yeah, that was music playing.
Go down.
No, I'm just listening.
There you go. I'll show you down here as well, but none of this is finished. And the people seems to be sort of like flipping around a bit, or at least in the moment. And that's what we've got so far.